Yeah. Copyrighted 2023 e.CELi, all rights reserved. Again, this is USA Emiliano Zapata, as I promised last week. I'm inviting, if he joins this Instagram, I'll invite Dan Valiant on the conversation on this vlog, Instagram vlog, if he is available. If it's not, that's all right. We'll do it again next time when he's available. But every Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I make an effort to communicate to my Instagram friends, Facebook friends, and of course my in-person friends that I go out to watch open mics, perform in open mics, watch karaoke performers perform karaoke, go to live shows and observe and enjoy a glass of wine or a red beer, red ale at 1870 Brewing, because it's the 15th Amendment. I can vote. Me, a black, Asian, Filipino, Mexican. All right. So, since I we'll start with the charo in my head, and then we'll change our hats. But Viva USA Emiliano Zapata. 3 minutos para la 8. Hola a todos, gentes. Todos buscando mi discurso aquí en Instagram y Facebook, para las mujeres, para todos, gentes. Cada viernes a las 8 de noche. We begin with the first in, the last out. It's gonna be the first in and the last out. Yeah. All right. So we when we die, after we die, we enter a circle. The entrance circle. We enter the circle. We enter the circle at the entrance gate. Come out at the entrance, which is also the exit gate. All right, that's the virtual secret Garden of Eden. So imagine you were like toasted like the Lahaina fire victims in August 8th in Lahaina. Imagine if Stanislaus County, for some reason, was tragically hit by Russian or Chinese nuclear war. We all perish, but what doesn't perish is our soul spirit. And so our soul spirit after life we must get to the entrance gate of the Garden of Eden. And to get there, our soul spirit must be sin-free, pure, and pure as heaven on earth. So this is the login password. You have to say the Lord's Prayer, Matthew chapter 6. It goes like this. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil. For the kingdom and the power and the glory are yours now and forever. Amen. So we logged in the entrance gate of the Garden of Eden as described in Genesis, the book of Genesis. And once we're in the initial login, we are also detected by the spirit of Abel. You know, they're like the security guard, and of course the saints, Saint Peter's, all the holy saints, and Mother Teresa, all the saints that will check out your character. Even Dr. Martin Luther King will check out your good character on heaven. But if you're not, or have not repented and have not truly loved your country, then you get rejected out until you fully cleanse your soul spirit from disobeying God the Father, Yahweh, Yahusha, because they still sense in your soul spirit satanic love for Satan, following spirit stuff like Halloween, abracadabra stuff, in the spirit realm. So there's a spirit realm that where all the ghouls and the bad, the ugly, or those that still remain and not yet ready, to cross, enter the gate fully, because they still have to get something done. All right, so put this guitar down for a while, and what we do is we say the first in is going to be the last out. It's called the philo. All right, so when we exit out of the virtual secret garden, we have to be in our soul spirit character as totally sin-free, speak the truth, honest truth, so help you God. So we are in this, inside the circle, and we're doing our talk, past, present, and future. But the law of the land requires us to know the U.S. Constitution, the Constitution and its bylaws. But the mission statement of the Constitution is the preamble, and that should be a higher priority than the Star-Spangled Banner, this flag. The highest priority is the U.S. Constitution's mission statement, the preamble, and it goes like this. I'm going to sing it in the tune of the Star-Spangled Banner, and I call it Star-Spangled Preamble, and it goes like this. I enjoy chanting it because it comes out of my soul spirit, and it's my own tuning, and vocals. The vocals are important sounds and frequencies that some certain sequence of sounds can empower and make people levitate. But again, we just talk about the Star-Spangled Preamble, the mission statement of the Constitution and bylaws and amendments of the U.S. laws of the land. right? And it should be the priority. Like I said, I repeat, it's more mandatory than the Star Spangled National Anthem 1.0. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, secure the blessings of liberty, to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? All right. Yes, we are fully in the circle, and we are gonna talk about the past, present, and future. And since last Friday, we've done a lot of things. Of course, Sabbath day is for us Catholics, Saturday 5 p.m. to Sunday 5 p.m. Right? So Sabbath day for us Catholics is 5 p.m. Saturday to 5 p.m. Sunday. The Mass is in between those hours, 5 to 5. Right? Because in Hawaii, after west of Hawaii, the time starts at the islands of Samoa and Tonga. The new day starts from Samoa, Tonga to Guam to the Philippines. It's a new day. It's ahead. They're ahead a day. If you don't know that, you look at your watch. All right. So Saturday, I usually pass by at the 1870 beer place, take a sip of red ale, and then head home. So 1870 established the 15th Amendment. That's the ability for us to vote. Me, a non-white guy. Although I have white ancestors, I have black ancestors. Jim Crow's rule: if you have something 1% black, you're black. But anyways, that was like in the past 60s, prior to the 70s integration. But I enjoyed myself last Saturday. It was pretty fun. I didn't get home a little late, but I was able to do the things I want to do Saturday. Sunday, last Sunday, my siblings took my mom so I was free to do stuff. But I had a lot of things to catch up on, because having my elderly mom as a caregiver full time, it's just tremendously time consuming and takes up all my time. Then my when they took my mom, I just did some stuff, try to do some what do you call it, on Sunday and then Monday. Again, we're talking about past week. Just oh yeah, last Sunday I watched the movie Central Valley, and I talked to the actor, producer, writer Travis Ross, and come to find out his mom attended karaoke and best friends with Coach Muggsy, and so it's a small world. But I told him, I told the Central Valley, you know, my feedback was should be more movies like that made in Modesto or Stanislaus County, because it's based on a story in Gustine, California, and he used local talent and imported a few talent from LA. But I told him, did you submit this to the Oscar yet? You know, he didn't say. He said no. I said, look, you need to go do the whatever their requirements. It's online. You can Google how to submit to the Oscars. When you have a finished film, or it should be already your strategy. When you make a film, you already look at Oscars, Golden Globe, you know, those SAG awards. You got to look at those things already. So you want to win those major awards. But that's fine. Yeah, for us here in Stanislaus County, it's a film that encourages local filmmakers to make more made in Modesto, locally made. And a grant was given to Central Valley Film Project, and I was just listening to their podcast that was on 2020 during the lockdown. And yeah, a lot of these guys are talented directors, independent film producers in the Central Valley Film Project. But as in the case of Central Valley, he's a normal kid from the Central Valley, but then he pursued acting, and so he went to LA. You know, like most talent here in Modesto, they all go to Los Angeles, like I did. And the journey is not easy, especially if your type is not the type that they want. But I've always admired Billy Bob Thornton when I attended one of the actors workshops, and he said, yeah, you got to make your own. And he made a sling blade. If you ever watched Billy Bob Thornton, that was his breakout role in that film. So hopefully Travis, this role he did about Central Valley and problems with drug dealers in the Central Valley, and get basically scammed by your own people. All right. So, anyways, the Central Valley. I don't want to. I encourage everybody that are local in Modesto to watch that movie Central Valley if it gets screened at the State Theater. Check out thestatetheater.com, or is it .org? Check out their playlist for this month and next month, because they'll have they're gonna replay Slasherette Party and Street Vengeance, and also Murder Sites. The people that made it are gonna screen it again. So go watch what's made, local made Modesto films. Those particular movies, Slasherette Party, it's made by Angela and Paul Ragsdale, A&P Films. They're on our Instagram, friends, and I share them some stuff that I met, especially in LA, the NALIP.org, Nosotros organization, CapeUSA.org. There's organizations that kind of like are segregated for representation communities, and also, of course, the general AMTP, DGA, Directors Guild of America, Producers Guild of America, and then SAG-AFTRA, and they moved their headquarters, and I've yet to see the new SAG-AFTRA headquarters. I haven't been there since 2014, well, 2016. I have not really returned to Hollywood, and I've been accompanying my elderly mom and trying to create my own breakout roles. In the meantime, I've just been trying to build a team to make a music video, but cast and crew it like a full feature film. Make it a short film music video, union, and cast and crew it. But then I had this, during COVID, I had this American Pharaohs Graffiti micro budget union project, season 1, but I want to redo it into a season 1B, American Pharaohs, to continue season 1A and all the restrictions during COVID. But people now are saying people are catching COVID again, so it's weird. What's her name? Katie, whatever. She's part of the Stanislaus Arts Council, I believe. Or I'm shocked that COVID's still floating around. So go take your vaccines if you have to. Get your flu shot and whatever shots you need for vaccination. Check with your doctor, of course. But last week, I got to watch that movie, beginning, middle, and end. I did some kind of critique on it, but I was able to enjoy myself and met the cast, one cast, and of course, two cast, the lead actor. All right, so then I do my normal Monday routine. Worked on my business projects, and early last 2022 I did a union music video, still unfinished. It was My Angels Again. The intent was to create a short film music video and build a cast and crew, and I had the KJ at Torres be helping me cast, assistant director, and then the same thing with Sevi and Marcella to help me with casting and what do you call it. But I don't know. Nobody seems to move in wanting to. Well, maybe there are some, but I shared the Central Valley auditioning casting call, and I don't know who submitted or went to the auditions on that weekend. So I communicate to the Central Valley Film Project under their Slack communication board online, and hopefully I can meet in person the Central Valley Film Project casting director. So that's the next step I have to do. But in the meantime, I've been planning the Lucky Woman music video. Former employee of Ralston, which was one of the actors in the Slasherette Party movie. She said she was gonna help me out, but I'm lagging because of my elderly mom. My priority is my elderly mom. I, as USA Emiliano Zapata, today's modern day peasant, voting American, we got derailed from the Lahaina fire August 8th. And that was Emiliano Zapata, the real Emiliano Zapata. It was his birthday, August 8th. And it was just strange. It was weird for me because here I am researching on the Mexican Civil War, because Mexicans were killing each other, Mexicans against Mexicans in Mexico City, because of a bad government, corrupt government in Mexico after the Spanish-American War. So in the 1900s, Emiliano Zapata and Pancho Villa pulled all the peasants together, all the citizens of Mexico, and rebelled against a corrupt government. And that's what we learned. We had two good Mexican leaders, and then they didn't take the role of being the president of Mexico. Pancho Villa didn't take the president. He says he's not educated, and he wanted an educated person. And so after 1923, they killed him, Pancho Villa. They assassinated Emiliano Zapata and Pancho Villa. And whoever took over, that's how the Mexican government became what it is today. But I believe USA, CIA, or USA operatives meddled with the existing then in the 1920s, 30s Mexican government, and that's what they did. The same thing in the Philippines, because Philippines is Mexico. So another story I just heard was that Pedro Infante, because he was so famous. For those of you who don't know, Pedro Infante was a famous Mexican singer, similar to what's his name? Today's Vicente Fernandez, who recently passed too. Vicente Fernandez, Pedro Infante was the same thing, but he faked his death, and he hid in the Philippines, and that's what Emiliano Zapata Salazar did. He also must have faked his death and took off to a hidden location, Spanish location in the Philippines, or Mexican location, because the Tlaxcala Indians, and a lot of the Aztecs, they migrated in the Philippines. Even the Incans, they migrated and populated the Philippines. It wasn't called Philippines then; it was called Maharlika, or Ophir. It wasn't, the name Philippines wasn't the name of those islands. It was called Ophir, right? So these are the past stories. So USA Today, USA Emiliano Zapata, I'm communicating about our voting rights, the 15th Amendment. Again, 1870 established the 15th Amendment that allowed people like me to vote. And the same thing with the 19th Amendment. It allowed women. Imagine 3 amendments after, women can finally vote. I think 2024, I am pushing for a woman president, whether it be a Republican or Democrat or whatever party. We need a USA female president. At least in my lifetime, I want to witness that, because I have daughters, nieces, girls in my family that they are capable of becoming leaders and strong women. That's all I can say. But Nikki Haley is very aggressive. She's very powerful. She's vocal and strong. Marianne Williamson is like Bernie Sanders, but a female version of Bernie Sanders. AOC, she's strong like Nikki Haley. Kamala Harris. I'm not sure. She's smart. She's a genius. She gets her genes from her parents. They're all genius. All right, so we need smart and family-oriented leading, American leading in the political realm. For example, I mentioned Josh Harder, present time. When he was representative in Modesto, they changed it to, I think, John Duarte. I have not met him in person, but I'm sure he has the same character as Josh Harder. But he's now in Stockton, San Joaquin County. But he goes out there. He polls people. He listens to his community. And he just spoke out about the VA, how the veterans are being treated. There's only like 2 doctors out of 27,000 veterans in his county alone. So that's not good. He's trying to fix it. So that's what you know. That should be our priority, is our veterans, and then so that their children and grandchildren or family members, they can encourage them to join the military and to fight off the enemies of the United States. But when their nieces and nephews or whatever seeing their military relative that was disabled not being compensated or treated well, it's a question. Just like me, I didn't join the U.S. service. I mean, my cousins did, whatever. But my dad's story is that World War II veterans were never compensated, both in the Philippines and in the United States. You know, the U.S. Army, they didn't get recognized until Barack Obama became a president. But that was like a long time ago. But still, even today, I don't know if there are any more World War II Filipino American veterans living, but they didn't give any kind of benefits until finally Barack Obama recognized them. Especially the grape strike of Delano, California. It was started by Filipino Americans, Larry Leong and Philibert Cruz, the World War II veterans. The only kind of jobs they could do is work at the fields, pick grapes. And so the grape strike occurred because, like today, the Writers Guild and the SAG-AFTRA Guild, you know, we got to protect ourselves from these profit-minded businesses that are really not helping regular American citizens as well as employees in that industry, the entertainment industry. I want to tell my stories. And so I want to know how that business, the industry, I want to learn all its process and independent filming. And yeah, I mean, now I'm seeing five made in Modesto local filmmakers. They're doing it very slow, not what do you call it? But Central Valley, it was a what you call a low budget contract. It was a union contract, and he said it's $500,000. Me, I wouldn't spend that much money. I would use other people's money, which I do. I would do a GoFundMe or social media funding or get sponsorship. But I would start small with little music video first, little stories of songs. You know, compile all the songs as an album and publish that, and that would be the property. And then look at where the product is gonna go. It's gonna get syndicated. Who's gonna look at it? The award show. You know, you have to look at the finished product, where it's at. You know, your sales and marketing budget should be higher than your production budget. But they made the film, and it looked like they didn't have a marketing budget. Central Valley, it's winning awards. The counties are recognizing it. County leaders. I just met Christian something. He gave him an award on the award show at the State Theater. So, I mean, great props for a film that's made. But I've met so many guys in Hollywood that made $1 million movie. They made, you know, $500,000 to $100 million budget, but they just focus on production quality, but not the sales and marketing. There's a budget for sales and marketing. How do I know? Way back when there was this movie called Final Fantasy from Squaresoft, they were making it in Hawaii. I knew one of the directors. I think he was in the art department, or my name is Tani Futanaki. He was best friends with my other buddy, distant cousin, Ed Natividad. And I was able to witness their project, and I was at the wrap party of that movie, Final Fantasy movie. That was the first movie that questioned CGI. Will it replace human actors? Imagine that was 2001 in Hawaii. Before I moved here, I pursued Hollywood. I had that experience because I was hanging out with my distant cousin, Ed Natividad. He storyboarded, he did concept art on the prequel of Star Wars. He did prequel 1 and prequel 2. He built on prequel 3. But I met him also. I mean, he also showed me other things that he did, like certain, you know, if you go to the IMDb, Batman and all this. He's the type that doesn't want to be credited. He doesn't want to show in IMDb, you know, what he's done. He wants to delete that. He don't want to be seen. He's not like a foreground type guy. I mean, although I said to him, let's make our own film, independent, but no, he doesn't have that. He'd rather just work for, you know, behind the scenes for George Lucas, behind the scenes for Christopher Nolan, you know, behind the scenes of Spielberg, behind the scenes of these big A-list directors and producers. But me, I have to tell my stories, the stories that my dad, my grandfather, my grandmother, my great-grandma, their stories, you know. How come Mexicans were in the Philippines? How come the USA were in the Philippines, and how come they left the Philippines or they cut them off in 1946? Because they're, you know, eugenics. They wanted to cleanse out, ethnic cleansing. Anyways, a lot of that, many tribes tell that story, even blacks telling that, black women, sterilization of black women, population control, all that. I mean, it's disgusting, but it's happening. You know, I mean, even people who are saying Bill Gates wants, you know. But Elon Musk predicts that population will be required, and if there's no babies made, it's going to be a problem for the United States of America. And so, politically, that's what I've been talking about as Emiliano Zapata, USA Emiliano Zapata, that we the people, we have to embrace responsibility in our voting rights. You know, from 18-year-olds all the way to senior citizen, we all have the same equal voting rights. From 18 years old all the way to until you die, if you can't check that voting. Anyways, but yeah, recent film wise, I watched My Greek Wedding 2. Good story, beginning and middle and end. It's relatable to all, that some places have been left, like the character's dad in the US died, and then they brought his urn, one of the brothers brought the urn back to Greece, and it was just an interesting story how American Greeks view that. I hope Kostas, guitarist for Patriot metal band, he's Greek, and maybe he watched the movie. I encourage him to go watch it. Well, I'm sure he probably watched it, but I know some other Greek people in the Bay Area. I know this guy, well, me, Daniel, you know, Samoan. I mean, no, he's Tongan, and then we have a Greek buddy who owns a restaurant, or, you know, in the restaurant business. And anyways, Greeks are cool people. We might be, you know, because Greeks, Hebrews, and Phoenicians, they have some kind of relationship, and they interchange in the ancient world. And Filipinos, the ancient Maharlika had Phoenicians in there. Lucos, they call them Lucos. But My Greek Wedding 2 followed through, and it was okay. It was good. I highly recommend it for family viewers. It had good, funny punchlines. It's kind of like a romantic comedy. Anyways, so, and of course, I watch a lot of movies. And guess what? I now go to like Dollar General, and this is a $1.50 movie. There's a movie called Photograph. Just dollar DVD, $2 DVD, and the actors are like Adrian Brody, Penelope Cruz, Oscar-winning people. So there's a lot of inexpensive movies at Dollar General. I mean, even Walmart sells it for $5. It's cheaper at Dollar General for $1.50 or $2. Even Walgreens has, DVD. So when you make a movie, it gets distributed and eventually it's syndicated, but it gets sold as $2 for us poor. Online, you open an account at Netflix or Hulu or whatever networks, AMC, and then slowly your credit card is being, they're taking pennies slowly, and you can't really tell if you really tell, and they're really, skimming, even if it's 0.05 cents, the account, you can't tell that, somebody's skimming your Hulu account or Netflix account. And if they're doing it to millions of people, millions times 0.05 cent, that's big money already for the what do you call it? But I don't know, so I stopped my accounts, my what you call prepaid accounts, or my because I don't know, there's just easy banking. I mean, the regular banks are still secured. Chase, Bank, where they're still secured, and they'll right away catch it if there's sudden unknown transaction. But I don't do online thing no more because I got scammed early 2022, right after I submitted the music video, produced a music video, and I was questioning if fellow actress Aaron Fleming had issues also, because these scam attacks, they'll call you, they pretend to be either border agents or some federal enforcers. They sound good. Some of them got their English. Some people can recognize bad English or accented pidgin like myself. I have an accent. It's not a perfect American, but you don't know. In the South, they got that damn accents. But I'm not from the South, man. I'm a California. I lived in Hawaii for a bit, picked up a little bit of the broken English pidgin, but it's not proper American English here in California. The proper American English is the newscasting English. What the newscasters speak. That's the proper thing. I mean, even Reba McEntire, she don't really push out her accent or twang, but sometimes you hear it in the show. She's one of the guest hosts now on The Voice, but darn well, when you get to those areas, like when I was first time I went to Texas, I seen a Asian gal talking with the twang. I said, this ain't normal, but that's how it is in Texas. They all, at least certain people, they got that twang kind of tonality. And then you got some British Asians that come here, like the guy in Crazy Rich Asian. He's speaking broadcast news English, but he has that twang too. They have that English accent, which probably is like attractive to the certain people's ears. But you know, when you have a twang like Manny, I mean, when you have an accent like Manny Pacquiao or Juan Manuel Marquez, you know, Chicano, Mexican broken English, or then the deep Chicanos like, hey, carnal, carnal. That's American English. That's an American Mayo, California. Uh, so that's about it. Okay. Well, we've been in an hour. Okay, and then first in, first out, talked about Greek wedding. So today, yes, I perused at the Mamas voting. Modesto's music area, no, music awards, Modesto area, and they didn't have the music video category. They said they had it before, but and I looked at Merrick's comment on my comment. You know, I posted it, and they, you know, I posted it in the arts, the fine arts and the arts people and music, and I said a music video needs arts. It needs people that design the storyboards, the concept art, the posters, you know, the artwork of a music video or an album, the artwork. And so music and artists, or it's in the Facebook group, music artists. And then I'll post it to other Facebook groups that I share with, that I what do you call. But there are some stupid ass people that are putting some idiotic nonsense. And they said, some idiot, this lack of knowledge, it's not even an artist or have never produced a music video. You know, maybe it's been in the music industry for a long time, or maybe it's been a fine artist, but making a music video, it takes a team. It's a team effort. It's not an individual effort. You know, and artists are needed. When you write a script, a scene, you want an artist to illustrate that or show a concept of that set. And you want to put in merchandise. Because, you know, when you're performing on a live gig, you want to sell some merchandise of your album, your CD, DVD, or your posters, you know, your headshot, your picture. You want to sell your merchandise, and you want to embed it in your music video if you're smart. But because mamas, maybe they're just, you know, I don't know, just been relaxing for decades, not really helping seriously any of the local musicians like Kid Guitar. Now, I was motivated to speak up because unfortunately Kid Guitar passed away. I'm still just, like I said, I got derailment to take care of my elderly mom, and shifted my music video e.CELi acoustics consulting, my TV series project, my dance show project, you know, and my dance show project. I need to get all these danceable music, and I got to confirm them in Song BMI ASCAP to verify if they are legit owners and copyrighted, unplagiarized. Because I don't want to produce a dance show and have that song and it says, oh, this songwriter is being sued for plagiarism, and then it affects my product. It's, you know, the ecosystem. You have to verify your sources, your suppliers, that, you know, they're supplying you legit subcomponents of your product. And I'm just trying to assemble a TV show for a dance show that will bring in dancers and people that want to be in front of the camera, and that also bring in the music from local musicians, because I don't want to use outside Stanislaus County musicians, not in the Big Valley. If it's done in New York, if the artist is I'm not going to use it, you know, unless that artist lives here in Stanislaus County, Modesto. I'm not going to use that. But if it's a musician, a local musician here, and a band, and they've made an audio album that has been registered with the Library of Congress, you know, I can ask a licensing agreement with them. You know, negotiate an agreement that if the show takes off, its profits, its proceeds will be distributed evenly to all the suppliers. You know, it's like building a house. You know, you got to set the foundation, you got to purchase the studs, you know, you set the foundation, the studs, and then all the different components. You need all the electricians to do their job, you need all the plumbing and lighting. You know, those are all the what you call below the line services. You know, it's the same business as making music video, making a video game, and making a Silicon Valley product. It's like a product, it's like a business. I mean, it is a business. So a finished, that's what I look at. I look at how a finished music video and what are all its breakdowns. The same thing with a finished feature, how it's all breakdown, how it's resold, relicensed over and over. Same thing with video games. So, all right. So I saw that. I'm just in the future. You know, as I get more free time, and hopefully 2024, I'm trying to help other and give everybody my knowledge or my experience since 2001 and even before. You know, 1990s, but 2001, and then I moved to Hollywood to reverse engineer the Hollywood operating system. I go about that way because the industry was invented by Thomas Edison. He began the recording, right? And then not just the light bulb, but he also made the first movie in the United States. So the engineers invented this shit. Sound recording, digital displays. Okay, so the engineers have invented AI, software engineers, right? So these organizations like Elon Musk, Omega project in San Francisco, it's AI and it's already deployed, but you don't know it. But again, engineers, Silicon Valley, corporate America, they are powerful. Information is power. And I'm just information. I'm just like absorbing what I know, as I was trained in the Silicon Valley as a research scientist, senior applied research scientist. And I worked in the advanced technology lab for T-Mobile, which was called Sprint at the time. At the time, their headquarters was in Kansas. But today, you know, I'm trying to develop a Modesto lab and develop and look at all the potential ecosystem of these nonprofit organizations. And the Mamas is one of them. Central Valley Film Project is one of them that's very, very, very relevant to what I'm trying to do. And then you got the State Theater, the existing one that, you know, either gets the movies from a supplier and plays it, or, you know, either the distributor or a syndicator. But what I like is they now offer local filmmakers a chance to screen their movies on the big screen at State Theater. So that's a benefit right there. But the Mamas Awards, I was never awarded. I was never invited. Although I made my first album here in Modesto. I made my first vinyl here in Modesto. You know, if you listen to my first album, those all produced here in Modesto, and then some of it was in Santa Clara, but some of the writing was in Hawaii. But high percentage, it was all in Modesto, because I was living with my parents in the 90s. You know, my mom regrew me, reborn me. I mean, helped me when I killed my old soul spirit, and just regrew here in Modesto. So I wrote, and I'm still writing, and I'm showing my originals, but Mama's never recognized me. I mean, I perform open mics, but you know, I do karaoke, but anyways. All I can say is there's a bias. Somebody is, if my own Chicano, Filipino Mexicans, especially my women, the sisters, the chicholas, the, you know, the tijanas, the, you know, Filipino Mexican gals, they don't like their own kind. They don't like their own fathers or Chicano heritage. I mean, those that do, I'm impressed, but they most likely want to marry a rich person for security. They're looking for, I'm an artist, we're artists, I'm a storyteller, so, and I've been married before. I've been in a situation where it wasn't happiness. Happiness, joy, I find it in the acronym of joy, G-O-Y, Jesus, others, and yourself. I find happiness that way, in helping others, helping myself, you know, and of course, my relationship with Yahusha, Jesus, God, Yahweh. All the rules are there, you know. Love one another as I've loved you. Be good to one another. Love their neighbor as yourself. And I practice that. That's what I do. I don't backstab. I don't shit talk. I don't do none of that stuff. I'm genuine, straight up. Hey, if you don't like me, well, that's your choice. You can press the unfriend button. You can press the angry look. You can press the mute button. You can, you know, you as a user online, if you're my Facebook friend, you can do that. But then when you start shit bashing me online, posting it, I snapshot it. I snapshot it. And when I really am not happy with your sin, I block you. This was, you know, I mean, although you're still in my circle, I still see you around, whatever. You know, we know you backstab people. We know your sin. That is what you call false witness, bearing false witness. It's in the scripture. It's in the Holy Bible. You know, the Roman Empire before Constantine was pagan. There are still remaining Roman people that still want to practice pagan, right? If you watch Exorcist, you watch all those, they welcome paganism, Satanism. Before the Catholic Church was a Roman accepted Christian faith by Constantine. But there still people want to violate the 10 Commandments, you know. If you don't know them, or if you're committing them, ask for forgiveness and repentance. I'm no dummy, but it would be great if your team and your talent is more productive. I made a comment about the mama's inability to recognize music video awards. It's to me, it's the current art. Every network stations, even radio shows, have an online video presence. K-Love has a video, streaming video. You know, radio stations have visual art in them now. You know, even their posters and their logos and their advertising. Visual arts, you know, artists and musicians, That was the Facebook group I was addressing, and I'm still addressing it and observing how people are reacting to it, because so much negligence. If there were proper people that really want to help local musicians, they would get knowledge from people that can connect to those radio stations, to those award shows like the Grammys. You know, I know how to do it. I know how to go to the radio stations and get it played, but you have to have somebody knows like the country or the rock station. You could ask Chris Murphy to go connect with the host of the thing and have one of the bands, rock bands, you know, if it's packaged right, there should be a segment in that rock station to say, here's a new artist from VMI Rocks Modesto. We're going to air it once, see if you like it or not. That's it. That's an opportunity. And Chris Murphy can do that. He can do that if he wants, but he hasn't done it. Same thing in country, you know. I'm still looking for, to me, a local radio station that airs country music. And Cat Country, I tried to submit Amazing Grace, a song back in 2017, but so many country artists here in Stanislaus County, but unfortunately, only country singers that are in Nashville, Tennessee get selected. But if Chris Murphy knows a country host DJ and helps negotiate for the local artists, country artists here in Modesto, you know, like Tiffany Rose and the Outlaw, if one of their songs can be played in Cat Country via Chris Murphy or somebody that knows a host in that, you know, the program director of that radio station, and the song is packaged right, cleared with Songview or BMI ASCAP, they're cleared. But today I'm dealing with, of course, they spurt it out, inexperienced people, or lack of the business part of music industry and even intellectual property. Anyways, I am a senior applied research scientist that I made my own lab. I moved to Hollywood to do a reverse engineer of the Hollywood operating system, and I come back to Modesto because of my elderly mom, and there was nothing here, and I wanted to see if I can replicate a Hollywood operating system here in Stanislaus County, but in a more ecosystem of different nonprofit organizations supplying this Modesto Hollywood operations system called MOHS, MOHS, to continue. Hopefully Central Valley Film Project succeeds and we can churn and repeat the process. Continuous integration, secured continuous deployment. Okay, that's a term in the Silicon Valley companies, or what you call DevOps, you know, understand. But anyways, I am an engineer. I'm still a practicing engineer. I vote for the IEEE, and of course, all the engineering standards bodies, ANC, ANSI, CCITT, ITU standards, international. I know all that. But I just came to take care of my elderly mom company here in her remaining years in Modesto, California. I did not intend to stay this long in Modesto, but once I leave Modesto, go back to LA, Vegas, and Maui, I will be able to pursue my mission, my journey, and my relationship with God. All right, so I gotta get going. I shared my closing remarks. Hopefully people understand that a Video Music Award Modesto area entity is very instrumental and significant as a vehicle so that local artists in Modesto and its Central Valley area all right, so first in is going to be the last out, so I have to say the Star Spangled Banner, Star Spangled Preamble first. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripe and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Yeah, thank you very much. So a few more comments. If you know any leaders of your job, work, you know, your own constitution and bylaws, policies and procedures in a company that you work for, if they abuse employees like yourself, again, go on strike. Like the Writers Guild of America, they're on strike. e.CELi, all these labor union groups, they're striking because of unfair wages and working conditions, and profiteers, the CEOs are getting well paid, but the employees, they're not getting any. But the U.S. Constitution, the preamble, the mission statement of that Constitution is we the people. So if you know any, your mayor, your councilman, your police, if they don't obey the law of the land and we the people service us citizens, then it's time for Emiliano Zapata USA. And you Pancho Villas out there, join me. USA Pancho Villas and USA Emiliano Zapata. I'm making every effort to meet people. I go to the 1870 established 15th Amendment at 911 J Street after my church Sabbath day at the St. Stanislaus on 7th and J Street. I cross the train tracks over, crossing the bridge of love and the train track. All right. To 911 J Street and right across the Starbucks, but I sip my red ale and just enjoy Mom and Bridget and her family that support that little circle of friends or customers. Customer service is important. All right. Oh yeah, Rancho Fresco. Go check out their restaurants. I tried it, their taco. Oh, it was excellent. Rancho Fresco. It's also on J Street and 10th Street, right behind Subways. And yeah, Roston Goat. Oh, why? It's Roston reopened, so I gotta go there. But you know, like I said, I'm gonna close this. We're gonna close the circle. We open the circle with the first in, last out. We're gonna close the circle with the first in and now the last out, which is the Lord's Prayer, Matthew chapter 6. And it goes like this. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy, holy, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. Deliver us from every evil, O Lord. Repent, 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 forgive, and sin no more. All right, thank you very much for watching this FRIDAYREDS. We'll see you next time. You can rewind this. I'm gonna upload it on my YouTube channel. You can see the YouTube link on my Facebook, on my Instagram account. So that's about it. I'm meeting more and more people, and I make a promise that I'm gonna do some stunt training and set safety training coming soon. Hopefully this Sunday I can start. The first one is at the series area behind AutoZone, near the Gallows G3, as well as the right beside Pizza Hut, where Starbucks is at, on Whitmore and Crow's Landing. That would be one place Sunday. The other one would be again also on Sunday at the Scenic Park, right at the end of Coffee Road, and where the cemetery, Scenic Cemetery, but the Coffee Road's right there, and then on the other side is the Scenic Park. There's a lot of acorn trees on there. So the tradition there is council tree. We call it council tree, or the acorn. Any big tree, just like the banyan tree in Lahaina. Under that would be like the council, place of meeting under a giant tree. At least indigenous traditionals. Let's see what else. Yeah. So I have a show tape, a show CD. I don't know what's going on with it, but where is it? It's kind of dark. Well, stand by. Let me just. My show is over. Just yeah, here we go. Yeah, I rapped on this freestyle. Please Remember Love. It's written a long time ago. It's in my second album, Tongues of Fire. Acts, the Book of Acts. You can look for Tongues of Fire. Please remember love is what I'm trying to say, because I know what I've just witnessed and seen today. What's going on in August 8th, since August 8th, Lahaina fire. It's just incredible how U.S. citizens and the people that are residing there are treated. They have renters and homeowners. There's just a major loss there. And now this controversy with rich Oprah owning land in Maui and Larry Ellis taking the whole island of Lanai. It just shakes my head. You know, if I'm a celebrity like that, and if I was rich, if I had billions of dollars or billions of dollars, I would only have one little gray shack in Hawaii. That's it. A little gray shack in Hawaii. You know, one little tiny house, tiny home in Hawaii, tiny home everywhere. You know, boxable. I don't need no freaking 1,000, 2,000 acres of land. Security, because that's a problem. That's a problem in heaven for the rich, you know, because it's difficult for them to cross the eye of the needle. It says in Scripture, rich people don't know how to go back to being reborn. John 3. They just want to keep their Scrooge money. All I can say is perpetrating on the simple indigenous people, taking their land and removing them from their land, ancient land. It's been a problem for centuries and it's still going on. You'd be surprised. But yeah, our democracy and our humanity, our liberty, corporate America is just fucking with politicians and bribery. Alright, so that's it. That's good, you know. Executive branch, legislative branch, and judicial branch, yes. Check each other. Check each other out. Because it's balance, checks and balances between the three branches of the government. We don't become like a corrupt nation that was abandoned, like Mexico and Philippines. It became corrupt. It's still corrupt. It needs to be fixed. And that's our job. We the people, the people. And please remember love. You got to remember love. I remember my younger days when the sun was shining, when God was strengthening the word. This is my lovely holy word saying, Calameo, that's who I am. Grown up in Mountain View, California, Santa Clara County, Santa Clara University, Mission College, DeAndre College, Foothill College. But I wound up in taking online adult education, got my bachelor's degree, computer science. I had my AS degree in engineering, electronics engineering. Grew up. I worked for corporate America and I witnessed them. If I can't beat them, join them. But I'm trying to create a better organization, a business model here in Stanislaus County or anywhere with this storytelling business. Yeah. You're my one and only. There's another song on the second album, Tongues of Fire. You're my one and only. I made a music video of this back in 2001. That was a long time ago. That was my first music video filmed in Maui. No, filmed in Oahu. Alright, thank you. Just wrap it away saying, I hope I see you guys. I hope I see you guys, and I hope I see you guys in person. And I don't know what I'll do with you guys, but I have a power. Alright, an indigenous power, and all I do say is Wakantanka, ma. Take care of this person. That's all I can do. Yahuwah, Yahweh, Wakantanka, Great Spirit, take care of these people. All right. I'll see you next time, next Friday. Repent and sin no more. Be good, not bad. Thank you. Help your brother. Yeah. Copyrighted 2023 e.CELi, all rights reserved. Again, this is USA Emiliano Zapata, as I promised last week. I'm inviting, if he joins this Instagram, I'll invite Dan Valiant on the conversation on this vlog, Instagram vlog.